The top 10 defining TV shows from the 80s. I've always wondered, like, what shows were popular in the 80s? Like, I wasn't alive yet. I'm trying to think, The Cosby Show, that was popular. What else? Kramer, was that around in the 80s? I can't think of what would have been popular. I'm trying to think of any shows that were around in the 80s. Baywatch maybe?
All right, that's it. Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
In between all the pop music and awesome action movies,
Wow, the
we
hair.
still found time to watch great television. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top.
The music as well, it's so 80s. I love it. And the fashion, I just love, man, such a cool decade.
10 decade-defining TV shows of the 1980s.
Oh, that's not magic. That's just hard work.
Suppose I just settle for the pleasure of her company.
For our series on the top decade-defining shows per era, we picked series that spoke to the period in which they were made and set the standard for television during that time.
Oh, really?
Ah,
How would you
different
like to be when you grow
strokes.
up, Arnold?
You mean besides tall?
These shows were chosen for how important they were in the 1980s, regardless of when they started or finished.
Fine night to leave the galaxy.
Does anyone know what poison oak looks like?
Number 10, Miami Vice.
Miami
Five down the
Vice.
street corners in greater Miami. And Gumby here's got to pick ours.
This crime drama's look was so influential, it's still considered emblematic of 80s visual style and fashion.
But lately it's been looking a lot like Disney World.
Shut up, Crockett!
It told the stories of detectives Crockett and Tubbs and their undercover attempts to thwart crimes in Miami involving drug trafficking, terrorism, and more.
I must have missed the main event. Hey, easy. Hold it, pal. Chill out. He's with me. He's with me, man.
No matter which criminals they were trying to take down, the awesome hits that made up the soundtrack maintained the feeling of 80s cool and kept this from being a standard police procedural.
When you deal with lowlifes, it becomes a habit.
Though it was criticized for its stylized violence, Miami Vice had an indisputable impact on pop culture of the era.
And I think, was Grand Theft Auto Vice City inspired by this? I feel like it was, judging from the appearance and the fashion and everything. I can definitely see some inspiration there. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord. Such a banger. Such
Number
a
9,
banger.
The Transformers. Before Michael Bay was blowing up
Legendary.
giant robots on the big screen, this animated series was showing them and their transforming capabilities on the small one.
Now the Autobots can no longer call themselves Transformers.
That laugh.
The show was based on a Japanese toy line, which it used as inspiration to tell the epic story of the battle between the evil Decepticons and the heroic Autobots.
Jazz, organize a battle unit. We're going after them.
Man, that voice. Autobots roll out. It's so iconic. What's that guy's name? The guy who does the voice of Optimus Prime.
The eye-catching visuals and stunning scenes of destruction were burned into our brains forever, and it was representative of what we call the golden era of Saturday morning cartoons in the 1980s.
But that's absurd!
Do you have any better ideas? Or is your intelligence as fleeting as your courage?
Number 8, Family Ties.
I can't believe you guys can watch this. You look ridiculous.
500,000 people trying to stop a senseless war. You find that ridiculous?
The free love hippie movement of the 60s and 70s contrasted with the more upright conservatism of the 80s. And this sitcom did a good job of showing that cultural shift between eras.
Well, how do I look?
Middle-aged.
Pitched as a show with hip parents and square kids, Michael J. Fox portrayed Alex P. Keaton, a young Republican entrepreneur whose views clashed with those of his baby boomer parents.
It's okay.
Even though the show focused on the politics of the time, the laughs that came from domestic relations continue to resonate.
Oh, okay, I feel better now.
Number 7.
What happened to Michael J. Fox? Is it ALS or motor neurone disease? What happened to him? Because, yeah, he would have been a massive... I mean, he was a big star, but he would have been, like, even bigger had he remained able to, like, act and stuff.
Married with children.
Hey, where'd you get these? We don't keep any food in the house.
The dysfunctional family in this sitcom didn't always get along, but their squabbles made for great entertainment.
Oh, Kelly, can we please watch something else? This is a rerun.
No, it's not. I've seen this one 1,000,000 times.
Former jock Al Bundy has a rough life as a shoe salesman, and it often leads him to scheme or take his anger out on others.
I was gonna watch it on TV, but I don't have one anymore. I bet it on your kid.
Known for tackling topics too controversial for other series, this Fox show was not what we'd call politically correct. But it still gained a loyal following of watchers who tuned in to see the Bundys fight, offend, and break the rules of 80s network TV.
You saw that little poodle he was with?
How was she? What am I saying? This is a dog.
Number 6.
The Bundys. Oh, my God. When I hear the word Bundy, I just think of, Ted. Like, interesting, because he was around in the 80s as well, wasn't he? I wonder, was he first or was this show first? Surely it wasn't the show because... No, it must have been the show because they wouldn't have named the family the Bundys knowing what Ted would do.
Roseanne.
Darlene! They cut out my tongue.
When this show started, sitcoms were dominated by wealthier families, but Roseanne showed there was room for the working class.
Oh, caramel apples.
Hey, leave those alone. You don't want to end up fat like your Aunt Jackie.
Not only that, but the brash woman the show was centered around had a body type unusual for TV at the time. And the decision to discuss issues like menstruation and birth control was an uncommon one.
You know, Jackie, I think you've got a hormonal problem.
No way, Pete. It's just when you're around, our hormones mutate.
It's funny how, talking about like periods and stuff back then was such a big deal. Whereas now it's like, we hear it all the time in TV shows. It's just interesting how times have changed.
But that formula nabbed them the #1 spot in the ratings in 1989.
Yeah, I was a stud, wasn't I?
Won them numerous awards and helped them redefine sitcom subject matter for the era. Number 5, The A-Team.
The
Mr. Murdoch,
A-Team.
what are you doing? I'm shaving. Come on, haven't you ever seen a man shave in the morning?
We pity the fool who hasn't seen this show.
We in trouble now.
This action series centers around a group of ex-Army Special Forces soldiers who have to fight on their own.
That is one hell of a haircut by Mr. T. Good Lord. Did you see that?
After mistakenly being deemed war criminals.
I keep telling everybody, don't you think I want to get out of here and see E.T. just like everybody else?
The tough but lovable team includes unforgettable personalities like Bosco Bad Attitude Baracus, memorably portrayed by Mr. T. Their action-packed, almost cartoonish escapades made for thrilling viewing, and fans loved watching their heroes fight for good and coming to the aid of the downtrodden, which helped it achieve solid ratings and influence the medium.
Living on the jazz. 4 restless romantics who live
Restless
on the fault line.
romantics?
The edge of...
I mean, look at that. I mean, you would never see anything like this today, would you? I've never seen it. Incredible haircut.
Society, which is the only place left where they can survive.
What's this, the last reel of a Disney movie?
Number 4.
The remake as well that had Rampage Jackson as Mr. T's character was really good as well.
The Wonder Years.
Like about half the schools in the country that year, my school was being renamed Robert F. Kennedy Junior High.
Growing up isn't always easy, but it's certainly filled with lots of emotions, and this comedy drama did an amazing job of bringing them back.
This is the way most of my conversations with my brother Wayne ended. Apparently, he just deeply regretted the fact that I had been born.
It depicted the coming of age of Kevin Arnold, a boy living in a normal American suburb who starts the series at 12 years old.
You see, the night before, we'd spent very close to 4 complete minutes talking to each other on the telephone. Our relationship was entering the fast lane of the 7th grade social scene.
After just 6 episodes had aired, it won an Emmy for Best Comedy Series, thanks mostly to its innovative and groundbreaking writing and storytelling.
Lunch. At last, something I figured even I couldn't screw up.
The Wonder Years wasn't a ratings juggernaut, but the feel-good series spoke to a generation by telling the story of youth.
And so Winnie and I had our one slow dance after all. But things wouldn't be the same between us. We were getting older.
Number 3.
Wow, very, very different time, eh?
Late Night with David Letterman.
Slave to the rhythm. Slave to the rhythm.
Okay, just have a seat.
Grace yourself.
Longtime viewers.
What's going on with her? Like, was she... Must have been.
Viewers were saddened to learn of Letterman's retirement from his gig at The Late Show, but he proved his chops as a talk show host on this series.
You know, obviously this is sweeps week. I mean, everybody knows
That's right. That's why we're having pig races.
That's right. You have the big yes on.
Letterman changed the genre forever by adding unique touches like the top 10 list, answering viewer mail, and bringing on unknown guests looking for a break.
Notice that you have some of the shaggiest eyebrows in the business, David. When are you going to trim those up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, we'll pair
Should they be trimmed?
Shears next, and some garden shears might do the trick.
Who is she? Like, who is that? I don't know who that is.
His winning personality and trademark wit held it all together and made the gap-toothed one the man to watch if you were up late and craved a little biting comedy.
We have a very strange relationship that no one will ever understand except us. And I don't think I even understand it a lot.
I don't either.
All right.
Number 2, The Cosby Show.
Clear off the table.
Here we go. What a shame. What a shame.
The dishes in the dishwasher, okay? And do it right.
Then can I go?
Then you can live.
Bill Cosby is one of America's best-loved comedians, and this show is a big reason why.
How far apart are your wife's contractions, Mr. Rowland? 35 minutes?
He starred as Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, an obstetrician trying to hold together his upper-middle-class family, aided by his wife, played by the elegant Felicia Rashad. He created and produced the show, and it was his signature family-friendly comedy style that allowed it to deal with serious subjects throughout its run.
Her daughter and her friends, our daughter included, decided to play the alphabet game while chug-a-lugging bourbon, and it seems that Vanessa was very drunk when she left.
She must have lost.
Not only that, The Cosby Show also broke barriers in television for African Americans and brought the sitcom format back from the brink of extinction.
Do you know that I graduated from Hillman and went on to one of the best medical schools in the country?
Hudson.
I've never been sued.
Before we unveil our pick for...
Mate, I mean, I like how they didn't mention all the stuff that went down. I mean, we've heard, like... I mean, such a shame, Bill Cosby, man. He was, like, the guy for a time. He was, like, the top comedian. And then it all just came crashing down.
For a decade-defining show of the 1980s, here are a few honorable mentions.
Well, kid, looks like we're going to join Traveler's Aid. Going to give the little lady a lift.
But what about her vehicle?
Going to have to tow it in.
What do you mean, we?
Hey, shh, quiet.
I spent an hour talking to Rick, and it did a lot to thicken the plot. Turns out the car was a rental, but then they always are. However, they're not usually rented to the coach of the intended victim.
Hey, a true friend will forgive you anything and love you no matter what. Just as your mother loves you no matter what. Now tell me, Dorothy, what did you do that's so terrible?
I hugged Miles.
You going to hell, Missy?
Bo and Luke laid it out for him. After a gut-busting laugh, they cranked up and cut out.
MacGyver. Yeah, the Simpsons always used to have MacGyver. Patty and Selma, they used to watch this.
Is it deep enough?
That is perfect.
Perfect. But they can see it, though.
That's what makes it perfect.
We're saved. Saved! The Pharaoh is alive and we're saved. Hooray! And when the Queen gets back from seeing Ponsonby, we'll... Oh, God!
Wouldn't you like to get away?
Number 1.
Sometimes you wanna go where
Cheers.
everybody knows your name.
Never
Almost
heard of it.
canceled in its first season due to low ratings, this sitcom held on to become one of the most beloved shows in TV history.
Christmas comes earlier every year, doesn't it?
Well, I think if you check, Sam, it always comes on the 25th of December.
Taking place in the titular bar, where Bostonians met to drink and where everybody knows your name, it depicted the lives of employees and patrons alike.
So, what's everybody else doing?
I don't know. Sally's kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, too.
The show's willingness to tackle issues like alcoholism and homosexuality, albeit with a sense of humor, made it a trailblazer.
The hair, man, it's just instantly takes me to the 80s, or at least what I think it would have been like to have like walked around in the 80s. It's just so different, so unique.
This is gonna be great.
Somebody put a gag on Andy Hardy.
And it earned what was then a record 117 Emmy nominations for its role as the anchor of NBC's must-see TV lineup.
Screaming Viking over here, please.
I don't know what's going on here, but I've been a bartender.
Bartender, make it 2.
Coming right up. Wait a minute, there's no such drink as a screaming...
I think I'll have a screaming Viking.
Do you agree with our list? What TV show do you think best defined the 1980s?
Uh-oh!
What? What was that?
They want my answer.
For more memorable top 10s published every day, be sure...
Man, what a decade. I wish I could have experienced it. Like the fashion, the music, the movies, you know, Terminator, just a lot of legendary pop culture came out of the 80s. Like just so much of it. I wish I could go back and just party for a week. I might not make it back, to be fair. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.